Hello, good day and welcome to our Wednesday webinar. You're all welcome. Thank you for joining us here. My name is Choma Odikulo. Yes, you're welcome to the Renewed Parent Academy. Yes, you're all welcome. So let us know, where are you joining us from? Drop it in the comment section. Let us know. Let us know where you are streaming from. Let us know, where are you joining us from? Where are you joining us from? Yes, we are going to carry on. All right, let us know. All right, okay. We are here. Oh, wow, that's good. We are here. So let us know, where are you joining us from? Let us know. All right, we're going to move straight into our conversation of today. So this month, we're going to be discussing about how we can manage our time, how we can focus, how we can make best use of our time. Yes. And did I tell you, we were able to read 2 books last month? This month, we're going again. We're reading 2 books. Eat That Frog, yes, by Brian Tracy, and Deep Work by Carl someone. Yes, Carl Newport. Yeah, I'm not very sure of the other name. Yes. So I'm moving straight into our conversation of today. Now, we're going to be talking about master your time, master your parenting, the act of getting things done without overwhelm. We can master our time. We can master our parenting. We can learn to get things done without we being overwhelmed. Now, have you ever felt like there aren't enough hours in a day? Do you feel like, oh my God, the time is so short. I need more time. I need more time. Do you feel that way? Sometimes you wake up with the best of intentions to be fully present with your children, to do the things you want to do, to get your work done, to keep the house in order, to have personal time. But before you know it, the day is gone and you're left feeling exhausted or unaccomplished. Do you feel that way sometimes? You are not alone. The truth is that many parents feel overwhelmed. Most times we are juggling between responsibilities. Some parents are battling distractions. But the truth is that, what if I told you that mastering your time could transform not just your productivity, but your parenting as well? So the ability for you to master your time, it can transform your life. It can help you to be more productive. It can help us to be more productive as parents, as adults, as individuals. So we're going to dive into how we can take control of our time, how we can manage our time, how we can take back our time, how we can reduce our stress, and how we can show up in the best version of ourselves, for our children, for the world at large, for our family, for our husbands, for our wives. Now we're going to be looking at the relationship between time management and parenting. Now, time management is not just about productivity. As a parent, it's more about being present. It's not about getting a present, but it's about your presence. So are you present as a parent? Are you a present and an involved parent? The truth is that some parents are present but not involved. But we are here to talk about you being present, not just being present with your children, but present and involved. Now, parenting is not just about being around your children, it's about being fully present with them. Fully present, not present pressing your phone, not present discussing on the phone endless of hours without having conversations with your children, not present, not speaking with your children. It's about you being fully present. So the question is, are you fully present with your children? You're at home. Are you fully present? You have 5 minutes to spend with them. Are you fully present with your children? Sometimes your child will tell you, Dad, play with me, Mom, play with me. Are you fully present to play with your children, to connect with your children, to have conversations with your children? Is your mind constantly racing with unfinished tasks sometimes? Sometimes, are you distracted? Are you stressed? Do you feel like, oh, you have a whole lot of things? But the truth is that we must learn to set our priorities. And one of our priorities is to be present fully with our children. Now, when we as parents are able to manage our time, it helps us to reduce stress and it helps us to create space for meaningful family moments. So, we must be intentional about managing our time. We must learn to manage every single second of our time, because when we do that, it goes a long way to help to reduce our stress as parents, and it helps us to create space for meaningful moments, for spending more quality time with our children, with our family, with our husbands, with our wives. Now, we must learn as parents to model responsibility and discipline. Because the truth is that when we model responsibility with our time, being fully present, being disciplined enough to drop that phone and engage with your children, being disciplined enough to be fully present and involved with your children. When our children can see this, it's very easy for them to pick it up and absorb it. Now, we must avoid the circle of like, okay, you're always feeling like, oh, I'm tired, I'm stressed, oh my God, don't do this, hold on, wait. We must avoid that circle, but we must learn to work on ourselves so that we can be fully present for our children. Now, remember, we will never have time for anything. If we want time, we must make it. So we might not have time for all the activities we want to do, but we must intentionally create the time for what is important, what is of relevance to us, in the season where we are as parents, in the season where you are as a parent, what is relevant to you, what is of importance to you. For example, you have children that are toddlers. What is of importance to you? What is of importance to you as a parent of toddlers might not necessarily be the same as what is of importance to someone whose children are teenagers. So in this season where you find yourself, in this season where we find ourselves, what is of importance to us? And that which is of importance to us, that is what we need to create our time for. Now, we must learn to identify our most important tasks. And that most important task is the task we should do first, not to procrastinate. Most times, most of us parents are in the habit of procrastinating our big tasks. That thing, is so, oh, this task is very important. We feel like, oh, this task is the hardest, it's difficult, it's so big, I'm going to do it at the end. But the truth is that we must learn to prioritize to do those important tasks. Thank you for joining us. We must learn to prioritize to do those important tasks first. Then we can prioritize other tasks. Now, prioritize what truly matters to you. What truly matters to you, prioritize it. Instead of being busy as a parent, focus on what brings the most value to your family and your personal growth. Instead of being busy, you're busy doing a lot of things, you're everywhere. What if you begin to focus on the things that bring the most value to you, to your family, to your personal growth and your personal development? That is one way of managing your time. When you begin to prioritize so that you focus on what brings the most value to you, to your family, to your life, to your relationship, to everything you do. So when we do that, it helps us to stay aligned. It helps us to manage our time. We must learn to eliminate or delegate tasks. Those tasks that okay, it can be delegated, delegate it. Those tasks that they are not so relevant, not so important, you eliminate those tasks. Don't waste time on what that is of not so importance to you. So what you spend your time on, is it of relevance to you? Is it of importance to you? For us to manage our time as parents, we must learn to spend time on what is of importance to us. That thing that is of great priority to us, that is what we need to spend our time with or spend our time on. So complete those tasks that are so taxing, those tasks that look so big. Focus on those tasks. When you're done with them, when you have all the high energy, put your high energy into those tasks that are difficult, that look so big. Then when you're done, you can go to routine tasks. You can go to those minor tasks. When you do that, you'll be able to take control and take charge of your life. Prioritize what truly matters. As I said earlier, what is that thing that truly matters to you? Learn to prioritize. When you wake up in the morning, before you go to bed, plan your day. Prioritize. What is going to happen? What are the things I want to achieve? What are the things I need to take out of this plan? What are the places I want to go to? What are the things I want to do? Learn to plan yourself. And when you plan, learn to prioritize your plan. Learn to prioritize your tasks. Learn to prioritize your list. When you do that, you're having control of your time. Another thing we need to do is to eliminate the non-essentials. What is that thing that is not essential to you? Eliminate it. In this season of your life, in this stage where you are, what is that thing that is not essential to you? Eliminate it. You cannot overcommit and still be fully present. You cannot overcommit, and like you cannot be fully present in all the events, all the activities that you're invited to, and you're fully present. In this season of your life, do you need to be present in all the activities you're invited to? The answer is yours, because we're all in different seasons. So when you're fully present in the invitations of other people, how are you going to be fully present to yourself or with yourself and fully present to your children? That is a question we need to ask ourselves. Now, most parents are overwhelmed because they say yes to many things. Most of us say yes to many things, even the things we shouldn't say yes to. Most of us say yes. The thing is that I think most of us as adults, we have a problem saying no. A good number of people find it difficult to say no. We say yes to even things that don't even favor us. That is why sometimes someone will ask you for money. You don't have the money. You say yes. You say you're going to give the person the money when you know you don't have the money. You rather prefer to go and borrow instead of telling the person no. So we must learn to say no. Stop saying yes to so many things that are of not importance or relevant to you in this season where you are. The truth is that not everything is urgent and not everything is important to you. But we must learn to prioritize for us to know what is urgent, what is important to us. So we must learn to say no. No, say no politely. No is a complete sentence. Say no to things that do not serve you. Say no to things that do not add value to you. Say no to the things that do not add value to your goals, to where you are going to. We must learn to use no and use it politely. It's a gift we should give to ourselves and to our children. So we must learn to use no. That is one way we can take back and take control of our time. Don't say yes to all events you're invited for. Don't say yes to all the activities happening in your city or happening in your town. When you have toddlers, you have children that you need to answer their questions, you need to connect, you need to play with, you need to teach them. We must learn to say no to things that do not serve us. In this season of your life, what is that thing you should be saying no to that you're already saying yes? We need to go back and think and begin to re-strategize, begin to set our priorities right. Set your priorities right. Say no to things that do not serve you. Another thing we can do to manage our time is the 2-minute rule to beat procrastination. So what is this 2-minute rule? Now, if something takes less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. If you need to do something and you know that thing takes less than 2 minutes, you can do it now, do it immediately. This prevents small tasks from piling up and draining your energy. That thing you need to do now, you know you can just do it now. Maybe a thought came to your mind, you need to just send a message. You can do it now, do it now. Do that thing now, because when you do it, it prevents small tasks from piling up. And when these tasks pile up, obviously, they drain energy. So anything you can do within 2 minutes, instead of procrastinating, do it now. Let me give an example. So instead of leaving your dishes for later, you want to wash your dishes, you just finish eating. You know you can wash that plate now. Then do it now. Do it immediately, because if you don't do it, those dishes will start to pile. It will pile in the morning, your breakfast dish will pile, lunch dish will pile, dinner will pile, everything will pile. Before you know, you start to feel overwhelmed. So that thing you can do in less than 2 minutes, for example, like washing up your dish after eating, do it now to avoid pile up of small tasks. Another thing we can do is to use time blocks for our work and our parenting. Time blocking means settling specific time for focused work. When you have a specific time for what you want to do, when you have a specific time for something you want to achieve as a parent, having a time block, giving yourself like, okay, 30 minutes, 1 hour, I want to do this activity, I want to do this work, and I'm going to put in my best. I'm going to avoid any form of distraction. Give yourself that time block. Set specific time, undistracted time, so that you can achieve that activity. If you say, okay, I want to play with my children for 30 minutes, play with them for 30 minutes undistracted. Don't play with them and you pick your phone and say, okay, let me even check my phone. What is even happening here? What is happening in this group? What is happening in this group? No. When you want to do something, set a block of time for that activity. Give yourself that time undivided, because when you give yourself that time, you're able to focus. If you're spending time with your children undivided, you're able to connect better. You're able to listen to the things they are not even telling you. You're able to listen to the children. You're able to see their challenges. You're able to see their struggle, because you're giving in your best. But the thing is that when you don't give in your best, when you're distracted, you might not really get the full gist of the conversation you're having with your children. So when you want to do something, set a block of time for that thing. If it's in your work, your career, your parenting, your children, set a block of time. Go in deep and achieve that thing, because when you set in a block of time, when you to help you to be fully present. Now, parenting time equals to fully present with your children. No work, no distraction. So no picking of phone. When you're fully present, you're not picking your phone. You're playing with them. You're connecting. You're fully present in the moment. And that is one thing we should do. So how can we overcome distraction and stay consistent? Because we need to stay consistent. So how can we do it? Number one, master your phone or it will master you. You see these our phones, eh? Oh my God. We need to master it too. We should master our phones. If not, our phones will master us. Because there's a research that says the average person spends 3 to 4 hours a day on their phone. The average person spends 3 to 4 hours a day on their phone. Imagine what you could do with that time. So the truth is that most of us, we need to master our phone. You're scrolling, you spend 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So we need to master our phones so our phones don't master us. The time we spend on our phones, not doing productive activities. Sometimes we do a lot of productive activities on the phone. Yes, I understand. The times we spend on doing unplanned activities, that time could have been used for something else. So we must learn to set limits. We should put limits on what we use. Limits on our social media. Use technology intentionally. We should use technology intentionally and not the other way around. We should not allow this technology to master us or to use us, but we must be intentional with our technology. When we are able to do that, it helps us to be consistent. It helps us to avoid distraction. Another way we can avoid distraction is to plan our day the night before. So plan your day the night before. Before you go to bed, plan your next day. Don't wake up and just allow the day to go. Anything happens, anything goes. No, plan your day a day before. Plan ahead of time. It takes away chaos. It takes away stress. It takes away you shouting and yelling. Plan the day of your children. Get your children involved. Tell them to plan the day for school, the next day for school, the next day for the next activity, the next day, the activity they are having the next day. It reduces chaos. It reduces tension. It takes away stress. And when you do that, you're able to manage distraction and to stay consistently. So write down the one most important task for the day. So before you go to bed, write down the most important task for the day, the task you need to do for the day. Write it down. And so that when you wake up in the morning, you're going to, start to work on that task. Set out everything you need. Plan your day. Plan what you need. The clothes you need to get to work, your children's uniform, everything. Plan. Get yourself ready before the next day, because it eliminates stress. Most of us are usually stressed in the morning. When you wake up, your children don't know where they kept their socks, their uniform, everything is scattered. Even you've not arranged, you've not prepared yourself. When you're leaving the house, you're stressed, you're tired. But one of the ways we can overcome this stress is to plan. So plan your day ahead of time. Then the other thing we can do is to embrace embrace done over perfect. What does it mean to embrace done over perfect? It's good for us to do something instead of waiting for all the conditions and all the situations to be perfect before we do it. So instead of waiting for, oh, till everything is perfect, I'm going to do it next week, I'm going to do it next month. Why don't you do it now? With what you have, the resources you have, the situation, everything you have, do it now. Don't wait till all the situations are perfect. Now, most of us, we delay actions because we feel that things need to be perfect. Most of us feel that, oh my God, I need to know everything 100% before I can come out and teach. Like my coach will always say, I am a masterpiece and a work in progress. You're a masterpiece and a work in progress. So you can also teach while being a work in progress. So we need to plan. We need to avoid this delay. Don't wait till everything is perfect before you can now come out and do what you want to do. You want to start a business. Don't wait till everything is 100% before you start. You want to read a book. Don't wait till everything is 100% before you start. Start now. You want to achieve your goal. You want to do something. Don't wait till everything is 100%. Start now. You want to do that thing with what you have, what is in your hand. Use what is in your hand to start now. Don't wait till every situation is perfect, because it is better for it to get done than for it not to be done. It is better for it to be done than for it to be perfect. So instead of waiting for perfection, why don't you just do it? Instead of waiting for perfection, why don't you just do it? So that is one of the things we can do, because done is better than perfect. Now, we don't need perfection. Our children don't even need perfection. What they need is for us to just show up. Our children don't even need us to be, okay, this perfect parent that doesn't make mistake. No. Our children just need us to show up. So don't wait till all the situations are perfect. Don't say, oh, I'm going to take my children out on this day. Next week, when we go out, we'll discuss, we'll have conversation, we'll connect, we'll play. No. Now that you're at home with your children, can you begin to connect with them? Before, while you wait for next week? Yes, with what you have, can you begin to work with what you have? That is one thing we can begin to do. It helps us to overcome distraction. So we must learn to master our time, because when we are good masters of our time, we'll be good masters of our life, because time management is life management. So don't leave your life to chance. Don't allow things to happen. Don't allow anything to happen and dump on you. Don't allow people to dump their activities on you. Don't allow people to dump their lists on you. Don't allow people to dump their schedules on you. Plan your time. Master your time. When you master your time, you'll be a good life manager. And when you master your time, you reduce overwhelm and stress. When you master your time and say no to things that do not serve you, you reduce your stress. Most of us are stressed and overwhelmed because we don't plan our time well. Most of us are stressed and overwhelmed because we say yes to everything, every activity. That is why most of us are stressed. So begin to work on it. Check yourself. What is that thing making me stressed? What is that thing making me overwhelmed? Can I begin to work on it? Can I begin to cut down? What are the activities I need to cut down? What are the events I need to cut down so I can be fully present for myself, for my family, for my children, for my husband, for my wife? Work on your time. Master your time. Become a better, more present parent. When you master your time, you'll be a better parent. You'll be more present. When you master your time, you'll be fully involved as a parent when you master your time. And when you master your time, you teach your children. We teach our children that, okay, focus is really important in these areas, because our children are learning from us. So we must learn to put in the work. I invite us to learn to prioritize, master your time, plan your time. Don't allow things to just happen. Be the manager of your time, because it's your responsibility to master your time. Do what is essential to you per time. In this season of life where you are, what is essential to you now, that is what you should be focused on. Don't look at your neighbor. Don't look at the other person on social media. Don't look at what the other person is doing and want to compare. No, your case, your event, your situation, your situation is different from the other person. Your season of life is different from the other person. Your children, what you need to teach your children is what is different from what the other person needs to teach their children. Probably your children are of different ages with the other person you're looking at. So just focus. Plan your time. Be a master of your time. And when you do that, you achieve more. Then I want to invite us that we must learn to set priority. What are your priorities? Our priorities have to be right. When our priorities are right, we are closer to achieving our goals. We must start our day by tackling that activity that looks so big first. Start your day, plan, get your list. When you start your day, what are the things you need to do? What are the things you need to start to do now and not tomorrow? You get to work, and by the end of the day, you see that you're achieving your goals. Now, we must be intentional about our time and our presence. As a parent, we must be intentional about our time, the time we spend with ourselves, with our children, with our family, and we must be intentional about our presence. Not present, but presence. When you're present, be fully present and involved. Be fully present as a parent. Connect with your children. Be involved with your children. Don't be present physically and emotionally, you're not present. Don't be present physically and you're pressing your phone. Don't be present physically and you're discussing with someone else on the phone for hours, and your children are there, you're not connecting with them. We must learn to prioritize our presence for our children, and we must learn to prioritize our time. Now, parenting is a journey, and time is one of the most precious gifts. Use your time wisely. We should use our time wisely, and we will not only achieve more when we use our time wisely, but we'll also build stronger connection with our children. When we use our time wisely, it will help us to build a stronger bond, a stronger connection with our children, because we'll be more present for our children. Then, in conclusion, we must learn to master our time. Master your time and you will master your life. Master your time and you master every other area and aspect of your life, including your parenting. We must learn to make the best use of every moment we have. So at every point in time, the question you should ask yourself, the question I should ask myself, the question we should ask ourselves is, what is the most important and valuable use of my time now? The activity you're spending your time now, is it the best use of your time? So anything you do, every second, every hour, think in seconds, think in minutes. Every hour, every second, am I using my time for the best use? This thing I'm doing, is it the best use I can give to this time now? So it is very important for us as parents to manage our time, to master our time, because a good time manager is a good life manager. And when we master our life and our time, we give ourselves these gifts which will help us to be a better versions of ourselves. So I want to encourage us. Let us master our time. Master your life. Don't allow people to dump their schedules on you. Be a master of your time. Take full charge. Take full responsibility of your time and of your life. And when you do that, when we do that, we'll be so grateful and we'll thank ourselves for it. So I believe you've gotten value from this class. Drop it. What would you be doing differently? Even if you're catching a replay, drop it in the comment section. Tell us, what would you be doing different. Please share this video with your friends, your family members. Let us all learn, because learning is a journey. It's not a destination. You don't get to a point and say, oh my God, I've stopped learning. No, we continue to learn, because learning is a journey. Learn and even learn some more. Yes. So thank you very much. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Renewed Parent Academy. Join us on Facebook, The Renewed Parent Academy. Share this video with your family and your friends. So till I come your way next time, remember to get a copy of my book. Yes, Becoming a Renewed Parent on Amazon. Till I come your way next time, do have a great day and see you later. Bye.